A cordial greeting. Today is Sunday, April 26, 2026. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. In today's video, I would like to talk about the cyclonic activity we anticipate in the Eastern Pacific region. This means that this video is of special interest to areas in Western Central America, Mexico, and the southwestern United States. In the previous video, we discussed the imminent development of the El Niño phenomenon in the Pacific and the effects this would have on cyclonic activity in the Eastern Pacific and the Atlantic. This time, however, I would like to go into more detail about how much activity we anticipate in the Eastern Pacific, as it is projected to be a very active season. To review, in the following image you can see the names that will be used this year to name storms and hurricanes that form in the Eastern Pacific, including Amanda, Boris, Christina, Douglas, and Alita. Now, returning to this image where we can see sea surface temperature anomalies, notice that yellow and red colors represent temperatures that are above normal. It is clear that the equatorial Pacific region has above normal temperatures, which are characteristic of El Niño development. In general, remember that El Niño occurs when the warm waters that are typically found in the western Pacific Ocean begin to move or propagate eastward, eventually reaching the central and eastern Pacific, causing changes in global climate patterns. In particular, El Niño favors the formation of cyclones in the central and eastern Pacific, while it usually reduces cyclonic activity in the Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, and Gulf of Mexico. If we take a look at a cross-section of the Pacific, meaning how temperatures are distributed at depth, we can clearly see a zone between 100 and 200 meters below the surface in the western and central Pacific, where temperatures are between 4 and 5 Celsius above normal. In recent days, we have seen these warm waters continue to progress eastward and toward the surface. Eventually, during the month of May, regions west of Central America and Mexico will experience temperatures well above normal. This worsens the current situation, where we already have very warm waters west and southwest of Baja California Sur and Baja California. In fact, in some areas, temperatures are at record levels for the past 30 years and between 3 and 4 degrees Celsius above normal. What is concerning about this is that warm ocean waters are the fuel for the formation and strengthening of tropical cyclones that move through the region. The hurricane season in the Eastern Pacific will officially begin on May 15th. For this reason, the National Meteorological Service of Mexico has published its forecast for this hurricane season, projecting that between 18 and 21 tropical storms will form, when the normal number is 15. In addition, they project that between 9 and 11 of these will strengthen into hurricanes, when the normal number is 8. Of these hurricanes, between 4 and 5 are expected to reach major hurricane status, that is, Category 3, 4, or 5, when the normal number is 2. This means that the National Meteorological Service anticipates a very active season, mainly due to the imminent development of El Niño and the very warm waters located just west of Mexico. I also wanted to show you the following graph shared by Fox Weather, where we can see recent years in which El Niño has occurred, including the 2023 and 2015 hurricane seasons. In particular, during the 2015 season, there was a super El Niño, which occurs when average temperatures in the Niño 3.4 region exceed anomalies of 2 degrees Celsius. I mention this because some models project that the El Niño phenomenon during 2026 could become a super El Niño. When we analyze the formation of tropical storms during El Niño years, we can see that in the Eastern Pacific region, more tropical storms generally form than usual. In 2015, for example, there were 21 tropical storms, 6 above average. Additionally, there were 11 hurricanes, 3 above average, and 3 of those reached major hurricane status, 1 above average. More recently, in 2023, El Niño contributed to the formation of 19 tropical storms, 4 above average. If you recall, that year included Hurricane Hilary, which affected the southwestern United States with significant flooding, and the devastating impact of Hurricane Otis in Acapulco. In this image, you can clearly see that during El Niño years, there is typically more cyclonic activity in the Eastern Pacific, including tropical storms, hurricanes, and major hurricanes. This becomes evident when comparing hurricane tracks from La Niña years versus El Niño years. There is a greater density of hurricanes in the Eastern Pacific during El Niño years, with more tracks directly impacting western Mexico. Once again, compare years in which we have had the La Niña phenomenon with years in which we have had the El Niño phenomenon. So, just like every year, our followers in Western Central America and Western Mexico should prepare for an active season. Now is the time to review your emergency plan. Here at Hurricane Info, I will continue accompanying you to keep you informed about cyclonic activity in both the Eastern Pacific and the Atlantic, just as I have done for the past 3 years. Before I go, and very importantly, I invite you to like this video. Also, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and don't forget to share it with family and friends. In the coming days, I will record another video, but this time it will focus on cyclonic activity and forecasts in the Atlantic region. See you later.